why was Quad in some ways dead on arrival 10 to 15 years ago when the first avatar was being discussed, debated, even considered, to today India hosting the Quad panel discussion at Raisina Dialogue? What changed? Why did it change? And how does this really reflect how you assess the importance of the region and the group in the region?
Well, Samir, I don't think it was dead on arrival. It was dead a few months after arrival, and it's important to understand why, because by some coincidence, I happen to be associated with different phases of the Quad. I take the Quad back to Boxing Day 2004, when the Indian Ocean tsunami happened. It so happened at that time I was the country coordinator for our external coordination and response. Then in 2006, when Prime Minister Abe came to India, he, before coming, had this idea that the Quad could be an effective way of dealing with the challenges. There was actually a Quad meeting, my memory serves me right, in Manila in 2007. Then, as you say, it didn't work out. If you ask me why didn't it work out, as opposed to what happened 10 years later, because it was revived 10 years later, 2017, at the level of undersecretaries, vice ministers. I was foreign secretary then. 17, it was revived. Then 19, it became a foreign minister's level. And when the Biden administration came in 21, it became a summit level. So what's the difference between 17, 19, 21 as opposed to 2007? One, I think there was greater strategic clarity on the part of all the countries concerned. Two, our own inter-se relations changed during this period. If I were to look at India's ties with the US, it became much deeper. With Japan also it grew, and I think the real big change has been in the last decade with Australia. So in a way, Quad is working in 2023, partly, as I said, because we have greater strategic clarity. I also think we have leaderships with a greater sense of purpose, who are less encumbered by baggage. But to me, a big difference is actually our inter-se relationship, which has today become so much more confident and so much deeper. So, in fact, the one point I would differ with Minister Hayashi, actually, I hope one day it will be 1111, the 1111.
When you walked in, all of you seemed quite at ease, and there was a bit of a relaxed feel vibe to it.
There's always a relaxed feel when we meet.
So, what did you discuss inside the room?
A lot of things. But if my colleagues would indulge me, we actually today captured some of our discussions in the form of a statement. I think that statement would have been put out or will be put out. So if you ask me what were the new things which came out today, we agreed on a counter-terrorism working group. We agreed on cooperating more closely with the Indian Ocean Rim Association. We agreed that there would be we had earlier worked out a HADR initiative. So the standard operating procedures for that, which I think the military people would obviously see as a prerequisite for their cooperation. I think we coordinated on the UN to make sure that the processes of the UN are respected, and the workings of the UN stay true to its spirit. I was personally happy that there was a stronger expression of support from all of us collectively to the reform of the UN, to the fact that there would be intergovernmental negotiations on the reform. I also see that on when it comes to sustainable development goals, which all of us are committed to, we believe that they should be pursued comprehensively, not cherry-picked for political convenience. We will be doing a maritime security working group very shortly in Washington. We discussed, among other things, one of the outcomes we agreed on was that the listings of terrorists, the counter-terrorism side listings should not be politicized. These were some of the outcomes. So, I mean, there were a lot of things which I can't tell you. But this is the public side of what we can tell you. So I thought collectively I should be putting it out.
And how do you respond to this common refrain that most politicians seem to indulge in from the Quad countries, that this is not against anyone, we are not a security grouping, we are not a military grouping. Why are we apologetic?
No, I don't think, look, we are not apologetic. I do believe, because I keep reminding people of 2004, because to me, if your origins are in common good, there's an innate virtue in your existence. Okay? So, we do stand for something. What I would not like to be defined as is standing against something or somebody.
Okay.
Because that diminishes me. That makes it out as though some other people are the center of the world and I'm only there to be for them or against them. I don't think, actually, I think I'm the center of the world, but that's a different matter.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.